What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. So, in this video, I want to talk about some comments that were made by LeBron James, his teammates and coach, regarding MVPs or lack of MVPs for LeBron. After last night's win against the Charlotte Hornets, LeBron had 37 points, and he was asked about the MVP thing, and he said that he feels he should have more than four. Kyle Kuzma said that LeBron should have at least 8 MVPs or something like that, or that he should have won eight out of the last 10, something ridiculous. And then Frank Vogel said more or less that the league should just give him the MVP because hey, lifetime achievement award. Basically, it's kind of what he said. It's a shame that it's been this long since he's won the MVP award. Now, first of all, I don't think it's a coincidence that he said this playing against the Hornets, who are owned by who. And also, look, Kevin Durant hasn't won league MVP in 7 years. And maybe Kevin Durant feels like he should have won it more. But I think Kevin Durant at this point is no longer focusing on shit like that and focusing more on championships. LeBron is the only dude who I've seen at this stage of his career, at his age, who is so focused on individual awards. Like most of the legends that I've observed, the Isaiah Thomases, the Magics, the Larrys, Jordan, Kobe, Shaq. Shaq a little bit kind of like LeBron a little bit in some ways too. But most of these guys, they were focused on winning championships at the end of the day. They were focused more on winning titles. Finals MVPs, maybe. But championship, the regular season shit kind of was boring to them. Now, don't get me wrong. They did care about not winning the MVP if they didn't win it. But these motherfuckers didn't have plants in the media to try to sway the opinion of other voters, people who actually have votes, and to vote for LeBron. Like, they weren't fucking openly campaigning for MVP awards. Not like this dude. Not like him. I've never seen anybody openly campaign like this dude. And and the Clutch Sports shrills and minions in the media. And there are a lot of them. Like, I didn't realize that, I think his name is Sham Sharamia of The Athletic, is associated with Clutch Sports. I didn't know that until today. But that's another example of what I'm talking about. And if you're wondering why I'm emphasizing about the media, is that since 1980, the 80-81 season, the media votes on the league MVP. That's why it's so important. It's smart when you think about it. But at the same time, it's kind of mafioso-ish that LeBron and Clutch Sports has quote-unquote influenced so many people in the media to openly campaign for him. Now, before, when AD was healthy, the narrative was, well, LeBron is age 36, year 18, and he's putting up all these great numbers. And while AD was doing what he was doing, they made it seem like LeBron was still the lead dog. Well, he's shown AD how to win and all this type shit. Even though Wade showed LeBron how to win in Miami, but with their revisionist history, LeBron went there and won two championships with declining players. But this is the thing, okay? They talk about how it's been so long since LeBron's won an MVP award, but do you remember that span of 5 seasons where LeBron won 4 MVPs from 2000 and I believe 2013? So 09, 2010, 12, and 13. LeBron won the MVP award every season. The only year he didn't win it was when Derrick Rose won it when he was playing with Chicago at the peak of his powers. And I remember even then, there were a lot of LeBron fans, and I know because I was one of them, who thought LeBron should have won it that year. Now, since then, LeBron has not won an MVP award. Okay? I also find it funny that the media talks about how it's been 8 years since LeBron's won an MVP award, when I on my channel have frequently stated that fact many times on this channel, that it's been a long time since LeBron won an MVP award. And I think that's a little stain on the GOAT argument, because if you're the GOAT, why has it been so long since you won the MVP award? So to correct that little stain, give him an MVP award to make his greatness, uh, to sort of verify his greatness, you know, now rather than 8 years ago. Certify what they've been saying by giving him an MVP award. Look, Durant deserved his MVP award in 2014. He averaged a career high 32 points that year, over 7 rebounds, over 5 assists. I think they won something like 59 or 60 games that year. Durant took a big step up in his game at age 25. That was a career high for Durant at the time. Okay, the next year, 2015, when everybody was looking at the Thunder or the Spurs to step up, it was the upstart Warriors, the Splash Brothers, that won 67 games that year, the Warriors, en route to their first championship in 40 years. Steph Curry was the leading scorer, the best player on the best team. Therefore, he won the league MVP. The next year, it was no doubt about it, 2016, 73-9. Curry led the NBA in scoring. Curry led the NBA in steals. Curry led the NBA in three-pointers made and attempts. Yeah, he was a unanimous MVP the first time ever. Okay? The next year, remember the narratives, all right? Remember the storylines. July of 2016, there was a seismic shift in the NBA as Kevin Durant joined the Warriors. Okay? Kevin Durant joins the Warriors. And most people thought that without Kevin Durant and just Russell Westbrook there, the Thunder would maybe be the worst team in the Western Conference. Okay? Instead, they won 47 games and made the playoffs. But more importantly, Russell Westbrook did something that hadn't been done in, at the time, 55 years. And he did something that a player who is 5 to 6 inches taller and maybe 70 pounds or 80 pounds heavier could never do, even though the media said that he could do it, which is average a triple-double for a season. Russell Westbrook had 42 triple-doubles, I believe, in one season. So he won the MVP award. Now, some people thought James Harden should have won it because he was racking up great numbers too, leading the NBA in assists, I think, that year. Um, and they won 55 and 27. But the next year, James Harden did win the MVP award because they won 65 games in 2018, while James Harden was having a magnificent individual season statistically. So they gave it to James Harden. The next couple of years, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who was having the most dominant campaign in Milwaukee Bucks history, next to prime Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, while they were winning 60-something games, okay? 60-something games. And then in 2019-20, I think, at one point, they were on pace to win over 70-something games before the season was altered because of the pandemic. So Giannis won MVP. Now this year, Giannis is putting up great numbers, but guess what? Voter fatigue. That does happen. Okay? Voter fatigue is hurting Giannis, but Giannis, you could argue, is having an MVP season now. Now this year it's been fluid. First it was, you know, maybe Nikola Jokic for a little bit, but Denver is not winning at the rate they did before. Um, for a bit, for a little bit, Luka was there, but that's bullshit. Joel Embiid, but he's injured. So right now, James Harden. James Harden's on pace because he's the best player on the best team because Kevin Durant's not playing. He's on pace to win his second league MVP. But you notice something though. You notice how there's always one particular guy that gets left out of this argument, right? He gets left out of this argument, and this is how you can prove that a lot of these these media shills are paid clutch sports advocates. Why is it? I'm just saying, just to be mentioned. Why is it that Kawhi Leonard's never mentioned? Kawhi Leonard is never mentioned. Even Paul George in 2019 was mentioned as an MVP candidate. Kawhi Leonard is never mentioned. They'll talk about his relatively low average assist totals, even though his role is to be a primary scorer. They'll give you all these reasons why he shouldn't be listed, but he's never mentioned. So to end this video, there have been a lot of players who didn't get as many MVP awards as people thought they should. Kevin Durant only has one. Kobe, it's a travesty. He only has one. Shaq only has one. Julius Erving, only one. Jerry West, won none. Okay? Jerry West never won a league MVP. Wilt probably should have more than four. Okay? The year Wilt put up 100 points in the game, the year that Wilt averaged 50.4 points and 25.7 rebounds for the Philadelphia Warriors, the MVP went to Bill Russell. Charles Barkley in 89-90, okay, with virtually only really one offensive threat on his roster, and that's Hershey Hawkins, led that team to a 53-29 record. The only other decent player on the roster at that time probably was Rick Mahorn, maybe McKeskey. And that's it. There were just a bunch of bums. And they were still able to win 53 games because Charles Barkley put that team on his back, and he nearly won the MVP award over Magic Johnson, who I think we all would say had a far superior overall cast around him. Chuck should have two MVPs in my opinion. Okay? Same as Karl Malone. So, look, you won four, but your days of winning MVPs are over. Okay, you could try to change the narrative and make it about a lifetime achievement. That's not what the MVP award should be about. It's not a lifetime achievement thing. Even Michael Jordan didn't win it every year, and I'm hard pressed to think of anybody who's won it 4 out of 5 years. Bird won it 3 years in a row, but 4 out of 5 years, I don't even think Jordan did that. No, I don't even think Jordan did that. I think the best stretch Mike ever had was winning it in '88, and Magic won it in '89 and '90, and then Jordan won it in '91 and '92. But that's all I got to say, man. Tell me what you got.